am Sione, aka Stitching Noni, and this is my Flosstube channel, all about my cross stitch journey. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. So it's been 6 months since my last video. So my last video was up until the end of March, and I put that up on the 1st of April. And then I just didn't get back. I've been stitching, but I just did not actually get back to record a video. Time, whatever, but I'm here now. I have managed to get myself organised. I sent hubby off to the hospital this morning. Well, I took him to the hospital this morning. He's getting a cataract done. So I thought, great, I've got a couple of hours to get some stuff done. And I've just had the phone call to say he's ready to be picked up at 12:15. So it's now 10:15. I better get moving, hadn't I? So where are we going to start? I'm going to put this down because I've just made this and it's still a tad hot to drink. So we'll leave that to cool down for a bit. So as I mentioned, this is my first Flosstube update in 6 months. So I've had quite a bit of progress. I've actually been reasonably happy with the progress that I've made, and I'm on my way to a really good total for this year, which is awesome. If all goes well, I will beat last year. And with, who knows, I may even get my little secret goal that I put in place, but I'm not saying anything because I don't want to jinx it. But I'm going to do a quick rundown of stats, and then we're going to do some videos, some WIPs. So April, I did 11,218 stitches. In May, I did 10,744. In June, I did 11,862. In July, I did 11,158. In August, 11,755. September, 10,685. And here we are on the 13th of October. So this will be stitching up until yesterday, the 12th of October. And I'm at 5,002 stitches so far for the month. So reasonably okay with that. Year to date is 97,605 stitches. So on track to hit my 100,000 for the year, and super on track to get the next goal that I had in mind. So I'm really pleased with that. So in the 6 months since I last did a video, I have had one new start. It's cute. You won't see when you see it. More importantly, I've had 5 finishes. So I've had 6 finishes in total so far for 2025. So I'll show the finishes as I go through, and the start I'll show as I go through as well. So mainly, if you are a new viewer, so welcome if you are, and welcome if you've come back after all this time as well. So I do appreciate people coming back when I am very sporadic, I suppose is the right word. I can't get a routine for recording, but I'm hoping that we will fall into a better routine. But I'll leave that to the end. There's a bit of an update. So WIP updates. Mainly I've worked on full coverage. I have worked on non-full coverage, which are the finishes, because I still haven't got a full coverage finish, but yeah, we're getting there. So mainly I'm now slowly becoming a full coverage stitcher. As much as I love my mirrors and I love Lizzie Kate's and Little House Needleworks and all of that sort of stuff, I really have settled into a niche, I guess, or a routine with my full coverage, and I really enjoy that 1/1. I never thought I would say that, but I am really, really enjoying 1/1. Really love it. So first up then in the WIPs, with that in mind, will be all my full coverage. Then I will go into the pile that's over here that has got my finishes in and a couple of other things. My plans for the year, just like, I don't know why I make plans, because I never stick to them. I did really well up until like about April, May, and just all plans went out the window, and I stitch what I want when I want. Well, that's not quite right either, but even, yeah, I'm just rambling now. So let me just get on with the WIPs, okay? You can tell I haven't done one of these for a while. Well, I've always been a rambler, but yeah, it's just like I don't even know where to start. Anyway, breathe, as they say, and let's get on with it, shall we? So the first one I'm going to show you, I was going to do a little thing where I would hold up my tablet and show you the mock-ups and all of that sort of stuff, but I think that's just going to get too messy. So I will do my same old thing, which I'll edit, where I'll put up what it's going to look like. I'll also, in this instance, put up a before picture, because some of these have got some pretty good progress since I last showed them. So it's actually really nice to show you how much I've done. First one up. So the first one up, now I have to work out which side. Yeah, I'll put them to this side. So the first one is a Story Keep, a brush with magic. So this is a Haid. It is by Lisa Parker. 25 count Lugana. I started this on the 21st of December 2022, and you can see I'm still working on it. It is 150 wide by 519 high, which is a total of 77,850 stitches. I'm currently at 48.80%, so I've done 37,991 stitches in this so far. My goal for 2025 for this one has changed a couple of times. It's now settled on 50% for the year. So as you can see, I'm almost there now. And then I've now got a new goal on this, that I will then do another 25% in 2026, with 25% being in 2027, with the aim to finish this now in 2027. So since my last video, I've actually done 9,931 stitches, and I have been working all around in here. You'll notice now Pussycat's got eyes. This is the broomstick, which it's very confetti heavy in here. So what I've been doing is I'll do a little bit in here, and then I come in here and do 823, 939 and 310, which is pretty much the bulk of what's going to make up the rest of this cat. And then I'll come back. And so there's somewhere around here is a page finish. So I'm very, very close to getting another page finish on this one. Once I get down to, actually, or is the page finish here? No, I think that's past the page finish. Anyway, once I get this bit here down to here, I will take it off the Q-snap, move it all up, move it across, so I can then come back in and work on this side, which is his ear and stuff. So I've got then a bit to pull down into here. Yeah. So that's where he's at. It's just gorgeous. Just love that cat face. Oh, it's so beautiful. So sweet. So yeah, I'm pleased with the progress on this. This just is so easy to stitch, except for this bit. I don't really enjoy this with all the bit of confetti here and there, but I'm so happy. I was so happy to get those eyes in, because he's now got a face and his pretty little nose. Oh, I love his nose. So gorgeous. He's so pretty. So very happy when I stitch on that one. So that hasn't been out yet for October, but it will come out at some point. Now I've got a pile and I've got to work out which way I'm going to go with the putting things. I'll stick them over here. They'll all end up on the floor, I'm sure. So that was my brush with magic. Flip over the page. Okay. So this one, hopefully, if I put them in the right order, will be, yes it is. This is the Haid Sal 2024 Bernadette. Obviously by Haid, or the artist is Richard Lorenz. This one has a goal for this year to be completely finished. That is all I have left to do. I've got to move the Q-snap, of course, there's a little bit more around here. But this is on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana. I started this on the 2nd of January 2024. The size of this one is 275 wide by 238 high, with a total of 65,450 stitches. I'm currently sitting at 59,855 stitches, which is 91.45%. I am so close to finishing this now. All I need is another 5,000, I think, five, something like that. Yes, I know my brain, close to 6,000. So I'm almost done. Since my last video, I've done 15,552 stitches, which, as you'll see when you see it, is finishing all of this here. And all I've got to do is I'm closing in on finishing around her mouth. And once I've done that, I've got one little stitch in there I've got to go and do. But once I've finished her mouth, I'll take her off the Q-snapper, move her across and finish this last bit in that spot there. And she will be finished this year. She will most absolutely be finished this year. In July, I used this again for the Full Coverage Fanatics Tour de France event. So that got me a lot of stitches again in that. And it's just one of those ones I just pull out and just mindlessly stitch. But I'm coming into confetti again. There's a bit more confetti and stuff. When I was doing all the black, and it was nice and easy, but we're starting to come into this speckledy background bits, so there'll be a bit more confetti. But she is on target for her finish by the end of the year. I had a sort of a stretch goal to try and get her done by the end of this month, but it's not going to happen now, as you'll see when I talk about the next one. But at least I can still get her done by the end of the year, and I'll be really pleased if I can do that. So my next one is also a Haid sale. So this is the Haid sale 2025, and this one is Deskins. So obviously by Haid, and the artist is Stephanie Law. I won't try and pronounce the middle bit of her name. This is on 28 count Lugana Easy Guide. I started this one on the 1st of January 2025. The size is 327 wide by 261 high, total of 85,374 stitches. Where I currently sit is 15,063 stitches, which is 17.65%. Okay, with the Haid sale, for this particular one, there is a thing that if you can get 6 full pages done by the end of the year and submit it, you get all those other charts. I would love to get the 6 pages done. It's not going to happen because I had too many times during the year where I didn't stitch on it. And as you will see when you see the before photo, and when did I... Yeah, so March, I think I had a couple of months in between March and last month where I hardly stitched on it at all. But I pulled this out in September with the goal to get as many pages as possible on it without neglecting too many of my other ones. So since my last video, I have now done 11,151 stitches. 2,150 of those was in last month, and 4,459 is so far in October. I have stitched on this every single day so far this month. And I have tried, so I'm currently on leave. So I'll quick little snippet. I've got 10 weeks leave. I had a week off in September and I'm now on 10 weeks long service leave. So I thought to myself, can I do this and actually get the 6 pages by the end of the year? I worked it out. I would have to do over 500 stitches a day. And I thought, well, that's okay. I can do that because I'm not working. I'm lucky if I get 300 or 400 stitches a day on it for one reason or another. Some of it because a lot of it was a bit confetti heavy when I was sort of working in some of the areas, and it was just, and some of it is because it's light and I keep like looking at it going, have I stitched in that spot? And so yeah, but all of a sudden I'm in here now and I'm on a run and I'm really like, I've fallen back in love with this one. So I am going to try and get as many pages as I can between now and the end of the year. I won't get the 6 pages. I have resigned myself to that because nothing else is getting stitched on at the moment. I struggle to do anything else besides this. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's pretty good. So I've now changed my goal to be 25% for the year, which would be 21,300 37 stitches. So, you know, that is much more achievable, maybe. We'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. But I'm really pleased that I've actually started getting some serious work done in the last 6 weeks or so, I suppose, since September, when I did a bit more in it. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed I can get some work done. What's next on my list? Cat bookshelf. So that one needs to just pop over there for a minute so I can pull the box out. Okay, so this one is the Cat Bookshelf by Randall Spangler. It's the super size, but I'm only doing one book. This was part of a sale that Kim Hollenbeck, Spartan Stitcher on Instagram, and Kim Hollenbeck on YouTube, set up a bit of and I can't remember the hashtag now. If I remember, when I edit, I'll pop it in. But it's basically an idea to use some of these little pieces of scraps that you have to maybe do some of the smaller things, or use the bookshelves and do one book. My scrap of fabric, when I worked it out, I could actually fit 3 of these on. So I'm just doing one for now. I thought I'd get a lot more work done on this. I cropped a lot of it, so I'm not doing all of the top and all of the bottom. I'm just basically doing the book. I have actually, since I picked it up, since last time, I've decided to just go up a little bit to the top of that line and just fill in some blank. But basically, I'm just doing the book. So this is on, should be on 25 count easy guide, Lugana. I'm pretty sure it's 25. It looks like 25. I started this on the 15th of December 2024. So the one book, and what I've done is 80 wide by 438 high. So it should have a total of 35,040 stitches. I've only done 1,930 so far, so I'm only at 5.51%. Now, on my actual pattern keeper, I've blanked out all of it. So I'm taking my percentage from my spreadsheet that I run for my full coverages. Don't know why but I do. I just run a spreadsheet as well. But that's actually worked out with this because it means I can just tell you exactly, or tell myself exactly, what is related to this one little book. So I had a goal for, lofty goal, here we go. I had a lofty goal for 2025 to get 25% on this. No, it ain't gonna happen. So we will just do whatever we do. I'm not going to give myself another goal for this one for the time being. Since my last video, I've actually done 1,338 stitches. So, which was, as you'll see, is got hanging threads everywhere. I had to do, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was Semi-Sane's Bingo. It was Semi-Sane Bingo, and I had chosen the blues and stuff on my bingo board. Whatever the DMC number was. So I did quite a bit of blue and some other, I did choose a couple of different colours in this for my bingo board for Semi-Sane. So that's how come I got some stitches. But yeah. It's become very slow, but that's okay. It is what it is. Now I've got to work out where I'm going to put my box. I'll put my boxes over there. So that was Cat Bookshelf's supersized book 1. Okay, we're going to move those back there because now I've got to go find Sonura. Where's Sonura? Right down the bottom. Of course she is. Of course she's right down the bottom. Okay. So Sonura is a Haid by artist is Jasmine Beckett Griffiths. She's in this pretty bag. So she came out and she had a bit of love. She stitched on 25 count Lugana. I started her on the 28th of December 2021. So she's been around for a little while and she needs a lot more love. The size of this is 450 wide by 600 high, which gives you a total of 270,000 stitches. I'm currently sitting at 16,003, which is 5.93%. My goal for 2025 is 7%, which means I should have it up to 18,900. To do that, I only need another 2,897 stitches. So that goal should get hit this year if I can remember to pull it out sometime between now and the end of the year. My stitches since my last video, and I have stitched on this since my last video, which is why it's here, is 1,687, and we've just been working in the hair. That's all we've been working in is hair. And again, I think I pulled this out because of semi-same bingo and did the work down. I might have filled in some in here, but filled in a bit around in here. So my aim is to get all the hair done. However many pages that's going to be to get to a nice little line here, and then that's the edge of the building, and then we'll work out where we're going to go once we've got that done. But yeah, so she comes out every now and then for a couple of hundred stitches at a time, but she needs lots more love. As I say about all of my poor little babies, they all need more love. All right, so that was Sonora. I'll pop her over there. Turn the page. Okay. The next one I have on the list is Haunted House. This bag's got 2 in. So Haunted House is a Haid, and it's by Donna Gelsinger. Let's pull this one out. I've got to get to this one. Come on. The thing's going everywhere. All right, so Donna Gelsinger. 28 count Lugana. It was started on the 24th of December 2023. Yes, I know, starting a Halloween project in Christmas time. Yeah, I know. But it came out, I fell in love, and I needed to start it. 625 wide by 833 high, which gives 520,625 stitches. And guess what? I've only got 12,942, which is only 2.49%. So I've got a very, very long way to go. However, I set myself a goal for this year with 3%. So I'm pretty happy about that, because that means I've only got to do another 2,677 stitches to complete my goal for the year. It will get done, absolutely. Since my last video, I've done 1,885 stitches. This comes out every month, and I work on it on the 13th of the month. I have been a bit haphazard the way I was doing some of it, because I did some, for a challenge, I had to do 310. I chose to do 310 for a challenge, which meant I was all over the place with my 310. I'm trying now to be a bit more methodical and look for a bit more of a page finish on this. Have I done a page finish? I might have done one actually. I think, oh, no, I haven't. It's that little corner. Well, if I get that little corner done, I've done a page. So I'm now being a bit more methodical on this and going for page finishes on it. It will be out today. It's staying out today because it is the 13th of October, if I didn't say. I think I forgot to say that right at the beginning. I started this about 3 times. I got it right the first time. The phone rang. I had to stop. And that's never been right since. And I'm still all flustered, but never mind. So this will stay out today for a bit of love. And I'll work on it most of the day. And then work on deskins tonight, possibly. But we'll see how far I go. If I can get a good 200 or 300 stitches in it today, I'll be happy. But I will need to get that goal. I actually need to keep it out a bit longer. So the back end of October is going to be, this will be the focus with a bit of luck. That's the plan. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but that's the plan. That's all I have to tell you on that one. So while we're talking Donna Gelsinger, let's have a look at my other Donna Gelsinger that I've got. this is a long winter's nap. So this is also a Haid, obviously. This is a Donna Gelsinger. I started this on the 22nd of December 2024. It is on 28 count Easy Guide Lugana. The size is 400 wide by 314 high, which gives us a total of 125,600 stitches. So a little bit smaller than Haunted House. I have currently got 5,199 stitches in, so I'm at 4.14%. My goal for the year is 5%, which means that would be 6,280. I only need 1,081 stitches to complete my goal for the year. Since my last video, I've done 2,327 stitches. This comes out on the 25th of every month. So this is like my Christmas stitch. I plan to get that goal finished, which means often I have this out for 2 days when I have it out. The same as with Haunted House. I try and do 2 days on it just to make sure I get at least 500 stitches on it. But this will get a bit more love in December, so I will make sure I get my goal on it. And I probably might make the Q-snap a bit smaller because it's a bit big. But this, I'm really quite happy. It's been a bit of a pain in the butt because there's a lot of confetti in here. But at the end of the day, if I showed you the back, I don't like showing the back because it's not very nice. But I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying it. I've come down here, that's around about somewhere there is the page finish, I think is what I'm doing. So I've been a bit sort of all over the place trying to do stuff, but I want to try and focus on page finishes now. So I'll be doing this slightly differently maybe going forward. We'll see. What I didn't say on my deskins actually is I've changed I'm trying something different at the moment where I have changed pattern keeper. I've never done this before, but I've changed pattern keeper to go to the highest and the least number of stitches. So I am stitching on the highest amount left on the page. So basically on the highest amount left for the thing, but if it's on the page, then I'm stitching them, move to the next one. And I just thought I'd try that and just see whether it helps, because otherwise I sit there and go, oh, where should I stitch next? Do I do that? Do I do that? Whereas this way I go, oh, there's 10 stitches. I get them knocked off. Oh, there's a big block. Right, I'm going to do all that blue and I'm going to knock off all that blue. So it's sticking within the page. I go outside the page, obviously, to finish off my thread, or if it seems logical to go outside the page, but I'm trying to stick in the page. And I'm thinking I'm going to do the same with all of these now. Stick to the page, but go from the most number of stitches in the WIP to work out what I'm going to stitch on. Something like that anyway. Whether it works or not, who knows? Who knows? So I'm going to pop those two over there. And okay, pop that one over there for now. I've got hanging threads on that. Get rid of that. My next one I'm going to bring out is another Haid. And this one is World Travel Bookshelf. Now this really has not had a lot of love at all this year, which is really, really sad. It's a Haid by Amy Stewart. It's on 25 count Lugana. I started this on the 27th of December 2021. This one is 750 wide by 542 high, which would be 406,500 stitches. I have done 30,041 stitches, which is only 7.39%, so a long way to go. My goal for 2025 is to get this to 10%. So I need another 10,000 stitches, 10,609 to be precise. And I've only done 897 stitches since my last video. This has not been touched in a few months, unfortunately. And I seem to remember I worked in the balloon and in some of the pink area in this, which is like a cloudy sort of area. So I seem to recall that is where I was working last time I had it out. It does need to come out. I don't know when. but I'm going to have to make some time for this because I really enjoyed this. I would really like to get another page finish on it and get it moving along. So it might have, might be a bit of a focus one next year maybe to get some more work done on it. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Right. Another Amy Stewart. Let's rearrange again. And this one is a Story Keep, another Story Keep. This is Story Keep wine shelf. This is little. I think this is one of my littlest ones that I'm doing, and it's on a little Q snap because it is so little. This is only 112 wide by 329 high, with a total of 36,848 stitches. And my little needle mindle is being a bit glary. I started this on the 3rd of August 2024. It is on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana. I have stitched 1,530 stitches, which is 4.15%. My goal for this, for the year, was 10%, which would have given me 3,685 stitches. I need another 2,155, and I've only done 509 since my last video, but I got sort of a bit bogged down in all of this white cloud. So yeah, hopefully she'll stop glaring. That's my little cute baby. Well, it's not my baby, but it looks like my baby, my little girl. And my needle minders come from Brain Fade. Can't think of it. It's a girl up in, she's in Perth in WA. She's up in the northern suburbs. What is the name? I'll put it down the bottom. She does a lot of my needle minders. I'm slowly changing my needle minders out to these ones. I really like these ones, and she has a little button on the back, which is really cute. So, what is it? Come on, brain, work, think. It'll come to me. It'll come to me, but I'll put it down the bottom anyway. So yeah, so that's one. That's where that one's at. Not very far along, but we will get some more work on that. I doubt very much I will get the goal done for that one this year, but you never know. You never know. It's only 2,000 stitches, you know, like, what's that in the scheme of things? Turning the page. Right, another Randall Spangler, which I should have put when I did the other one so I can keep my Randalls together. This one's not on the Q snap at the moment. And this one is Mini Reading by Firefly Light. It's again a Haid by Randall Spangler. This is on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana. Let's just fold this up a bit. And it was started on, where are we? I've lost myself. There we go, 5th of October 2024. So it was basically my birthday start, my October start for my birthday last year. Let's get that. There we go. Oh, get out of practice doing these. You really do. Where are we? So this one is 225 wide by 219 high, which gives you a total of 49,275 stitches. So not a huge one. I'm currently at 2,869 stitches, so it's 5.82%. My goal for this particular one for this year was 10%, which would have been 4,968. So I'm almost there. I only have another 2,000 stitches to do. Since my last video, I've put in 1,020 stitches. And from memory, it'll all be in here and all in the leaves. So I would like to get the goal on this for the year. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. I'm not going to stress over it. It would be really lovely if I got the goal. We'll see what happens. Mini Night Cafe. Where have you gone? Oh, here we go. Mini Night Cafe. This one's not on Q Snap at the moment because we haven't been working on it. This is another Haid. This by Leonid Afremov. This is what this one looks like at this point in time. It is on 25 count Lugana. I started this one on the 18th of December 2022. It is 225 high by 226, 225 wide by 226 high, which is only 50,850 stitches. I've currently got 13,138 stitches in it at 25.84%. My goal for this year was to get it up to 30%, which means I have another 2,000 plus stitches to go. I've done 1,065 since my last video, and all I've done is work in this area. So I don't, wherever, potentially mostly in here, and I know I did come up in here. Again, this came out for Sammy Saints Bingo, because being colourful, I knew I had a lot of different DMCs I could choose for my bingo card. I would like to pull this out again, if I can, between now and the end of the year, and see if I can get that goal done, but we'll see. I've just moved this out of its box that it was normally in and put them on some little thingy-majiggy. So now it can sit in its little teeny-weeny box. Little teeny-weeny box. They're not Pacos, so I'm not using the word Pacos. They're ones I got from Amazon. They're a lot cheaper than Pacos. But that's all I'm going to say about them, okay? And then my coffee's gone cold. Okay, we're almost through the full coverage. Almost. Another mini. So this is Mini Paris Morning. Again, it's a Haid. The artist is Uliana Babenko. Come on, just move that around a bit. I'll move that there. This is on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana. I started this one on the 17th of December 2023. It is 243 wide by 325 high, which gives you 78,975 stitches to complete it. I'm currently sitting at 11,580, which gives me 14.66%. I have a goal of 15%, which is only another 266 stitches. That will be done. That goal will be completed. I have done, since my last video, 2,431 stitches. And that has all been in this area. I may have done a little bit over here, but mainly I've worked over here in the bit that really I struggle with, because it's the light colours again. But, you know, we'll get there. We're getting there. So I'm quite happy to know that I am so close to the goal. I just have to pull this out and do it. So if I can pull it out at least one day. Oh, there's my flamingo needle minder. Just take that off for now. I knew I had a flamingo needle minder. Right, so hopefully that will get when I pull it out to complete the goal, it will get a bit more love than that. That's around about the page break, so or is it? Maybe it's got a bit more to go. But I will look at getting this bit here tidied up, and then I'll start looking at pages and just do page breaks. I'm all about the pages now. I'm trying to get pages, but who knows whether that will happen or not. Okay, we're almost to the last full coverage. Not quite, but almost. Okay, so this one, I don't have my Q-snap on it, my grime guard on it at the moment, so we'll just have to hold the bits and pieces of fabric. This one is Mistress of the Hunt, number 2. The charting company is The Sewing Shop, and the artist is Heather Kramer. This is on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana. Now, this is the one that when I started, this is the first one I've ever done Easy Guide Lugana on. And I used to complain and say how much I hated Easy Guide Lugana. I couldn't handle it. No, it was not that. I've now got used to this Easy Guide Lugana. And as you know, I've done a lot more on them. Not crooked, no, it's not straight in the Q-snap. I will fix that up another day. Either that or my video is wonky and everything's going to be wonky and I'm going to be completely wonky. But never mind. We'll get back to this. So I discovered that what my actual true issue was is I was so used to working on heids that I was struggling to work on different symbols. My brain just was really, but I'm okay now because I've stitched on this a couple of times and yeah, my brain's not too bad now on it. But back to this. 22nd of December, I started this, 2022. It is 450 wide by 450 high, which it means there's 202,950 stitches. I have done 7,421 stitches, which means I'm at 3.66%. My goal for the year was going to be 4% or get it up to 8,118 stitches. I've only got 697 stitches left to get that goal, and it is going to be done. In August, I put in 1,490 stitches because I seem to recall that was also semi-same bingo. And that was all in this area here. So this is the little piglet thing that sits on top of a head. So yeah, so that I did all of this bit here. So now that I'm sort of working in this area, my plan is to bring all of that down. Then I'm actually going to come back here and I'm going to look for the page breaks. And we're going to do pages, I think. I don't know. I haven't really decided. But yeah. So that will come out again. And I actually, when I was working on it in August, I actually sort of like, oh, I really like this again. Now I know why I started stitching on it. So yeah, so it might have to have a bit more love next year. It might fit heavily into the plans next year. Whatever they may be, because I haven't really got there yet. Now, this is my last full coverage piece. This is my new start. So in the group I'm in, what is it? The floss group, can't remember the name. Brain. There is one of the things that you can stitch for is an event doing flamingo stitching. And if you get a stitch on a flamingo piece, you can basically double your prizes or quadruple your prizes or whatever. So I started looking for flamingos, and I think I actually mentioned in my last video that I'd found some flamingos designs and a couple of hands-on design flamingos, and I'd also found this one, which is from Stitches So Beautiful, and it is called Flamingo in Flowers by Eda Jose Rosa. I started this on the 6th of June 2025. It is awesome. It is 160 wide by 400 high. That is the width. I am at the width. So there's actually 64,000 stitches in total into this little baby. This is on, is this 28 or 25? Might be 25. And this could be 25. Easy Guide to Garner. I've got 5,915 stitches in it, so I'm at 9.24%. My goal that I set for the 6 months for the year would be 10%. So I'm almost there. I only need another 485 for the goal. That will get done probably on Friday. I actually stitch on this every Friday. So I have done that 5,915 stitches basically in 3 months. 3 months? June, July, August, September, 4 months. And two Fridays this one. So this is my Friday stitch. I only stitch, well, I shouldn't say I stitch on this on Fridays. This is my Friday stitch. That also fits in nicely with the Stitches So Beautiful sale that is usually in the group every month. There's not one for October, but usually you either have to post your 250 full or 500 tent either on a Friday or a Monday or some, around the weekend. So by doing it on a Friday, I know I've got to get at least 250 stitches in it that day. And then sometimes I'll take it over, but generally I only stitch on it 1 day a week. But it is just amazing. Just look at that flower. Isn't it just stunning? So yeah, so this last few weeks I've actually just bought the 939. I wanted some block stitching to get it through quickly, so I just thought I'd bring the 939 all the way across, and I'm basically just stitching 939 at the moment. I've done a little bit of fill in here, but what I'm going to do is do my new way of thinking, is go page finish. I have got a page finish already on this, and that's another page in here. So, but there's a bit of confetti around in here, so I'll do a bit of confetti, go back to the 939, confetti 939. So that's how I'm doing this, but I might try and do a bit more in here so that I can get another page finished before the end of the year. But I'm absolutely loving this. Love it. Look forward to stitching on it every Friday. The colours are just beautiful. Right. That is all the full coverage. So I need to get into the box now. So I'm going to just do that, and do that, and do that. Okay. So as I mentioned at the start, I did have some finishes for the year so far. So I have been a bit lax the last couple of months because I haven't stitched on much non-full coverage. I've been basically doing full coverage, but I did have a finish on Merry Christmas Grumpy Kitty. Oops, this is a Brooks Books, and you can see how old it is because I even put sticky tape around, which I don't do anymore, but that's how I started this back on the 13th of January 2015. It was finished on the 27th of April 2025. Very happy that was finished. It is stitched on 32 count, I think it was 32. It does look like 32. 32 count opal, and it will be some, I don't know, I'll have to go back to my notes and see if I can find it. It's not truly an even weave, but I'm pretty sure it's 32 count. This is Arabian Nights by Stitches and Spice, which we can no longer get because she no longer dies. I seem to recall this was pretty much my last scrap, Arabian Nights. And I had done a couple of the Nora Corbett reindeers on it, and I've sort of come to a stop now because I can't find another fabric that's similar. But I was very pleased to get that. All I needed was 772 stitches to finish it, and it was done. The next finish I had, hopefully this is the right bag, yep. So this was Louise and Henry. So Louise and Henry is a Little House Needleworks, and I do apologise, I haven't ironed it. I just took it off the key snap and stuck it in the bag. So this is 28 count even weave, which I tea coffee dyed myself, but it never actually turned out very well. So it's just a khaki brown, but that works okay for this. I started this on the 9th of June 2019 and finished it on the 25th of April 2025. I did 1,336 stitches this year to finish it. So very happy that that was done. Basically these I did like it's 100 stitches, one thread a day type. Actually no, I did it more of 100 stitches a day. There for a few months where I was just trying to get some finishes in, and that was how I sort of managed to get them. I should have brought this box a little bit closer, but that's all right, we'll get there. This is not a finish. It'd be nice if it was, but it's not a finish. So at the beginning of the year, I chose some Mirabilias that I was going to focus on for the month. So do one a month and try and get 1,000 stitches a month. Well, I did up until May, and then I stopped. So this one was, actually I did it till April because I didn't do my May one. So I think that's right. Yeah, sure it is. We'll work it out anyway. So this is Maidens of the Seasons 1. So in whatever month I did, I've done 1,004 stitches on this. I started on the 28th of May 2017. This is on a 28 count Opal Lagana Silver Springs by Colour Cascade Fabrics. And when I had it out this time, I'm hoping that the before picture tells me that I've done this right, I worked on this one. And I mainly just, I'm pretty sure I worked down. I think I did some of that as well. I should have looked at the before pictures of these before I did this, but never mind. I want to go that way. There we go. So, yeah. Now, my thinking is, I might try for a finish on this next year. Because the bulk of it is done. And you know, I'm like here. So it's the rest of the border. That dress has got a bit of work in it. And there's obviously still some work to do in her dress. But, you know, I could get a finish on this next year if I put my mind to it. So I might. I'm not going to hold myself to it yet, but it may be that I choose one mirabilia or two, because I've got two mirrors that are close to a finish. There's this one and Cathedral Woods Goddess, which are very close to a finish. So it may be that I choose a mirror or two as a focus for next year. Oh, come on, you silly thing. Look. Right. I had another finish though. This finish I'm really, really happy with. I'm so pleased I got this one finished. So this is Forever and Ever, and I've just broke me now. Whoops. This is from the Songbird Garden Sampler series for Cottage Garden Samplings. It is stitched on 36 count Picture This Plus feldspar with all called for Weeks Dye Works threads. I started this on the 19th of January 2019 and finished it on the 21st of June 2025. And I did 7,764 stitches to finish it. Very, very pleased that that's done. I was really happy to finish that one. So I have now got two of those finished and a third one started, and I'd like to eventually get them all done. We'll see what happens. Little Stitching Witch is also finished. So Little Stitching Witch was started on the 12th of October 2020, and she came out of the Halloween Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue 2013, so the special issue that we have. I've done a couple from this now. And she was started on the 12th of October 2020 and finished on the 11th of July 2025. This is her now. I'll just fold that. So she is all pretty and finished. She's a little cutie. If I didn't say, the designer is Gail Busey. The fabric is 28 count Opal Brittany Dead Sea Salt Flats by Joda Redesign. And I stitched 2,732 stitches on her to finish her. And again, another one of these ones that I just basically did for 100 stitches a day till I got her finished. I think I might have done a couple of days where I did more than that just to get myself going, but really, really happy with the way that one came out. Can you see her? She's very pretty. So she'll go in the under the bed box, and one day she might turn into something. I don't know what I would do if I fully finish her. But she's done. Right. And then we come to another finish. So this is my last finish. What have I got there? What's in that? Oh yeah, it's okay. So this is my last finish so far for the year. This also came from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I can't remember what year, but it was the Christmas edition. So given I started this in 2018, it could have been the 2017 Just Cross Stitch Christmas edition, or the 2016, might have been, not sure which one. This is called Give Joy. It is a country cottage needleworks design. I've stitched this on 28 count Opal Brittany Elf by Jodery Designs. I started on the 6th of February 2018 and finished it on the 9th of August 2025, and I did 1,172 stitches to finish it in 2025. Very pleased that was done. That sat in my WIP box for ages. I don't know why. I started and I remember thinking, oh, I don't like this. I don't like the brown boxes. And then I forced myself to finish it. And I'm not quite, I think I probably should have started up a little bit higher, because I've sort of like started in the middle, and that pink really doesn't do. Or I should have started it lower so that the pink was more in it, but never mind. We sort of lose the thing. But it's done now. I'm very happy it's done. I have one more that is sort of supposed to be my 100 stitches a day, and it started off really well there for a bit, and then it sort of like didn't go very well. And this one is this one here. This is Be Kind, Be Happy, Be Well by Lizzie Kate. Now, when I pulled it out, all I had was this Be Happy. I was going to do my own little conversion on it, and I was using some Jodery design threads. I really didn't like it, so I put it away and left it. So what I'm doing now is I've pulled it out and I went, ignore that, come into here and do this bit. So I got back into it, and then I'm slowly going to change these out. So I've changed that. So they're now going to be the recommended colours. Sometimes you just shouldn't mess with things, right? So I've already changed that, and I'll just do those. I've done 990 stitches on it so far. In whenever I haven't done it. When did I bring it out? August, I think. Maybe in September I did some, can't remember. It's on 32 count Belfast from Colour Cascade Fabrics from Misty Mountain Hop. This was started back in May 2020, so 20th of May 2020. It was a Stitch Mania start, and it was back when I did a week of designers, and then my 4th week I chose to do all of the Be Well, or not all of them, but some 5 Be Well freebies that some designers put out for COVID. And this was one of the one that Lizzie Kate put out. I do want to try and get this finished this year. So that's why it's still sitting on a Q-snap. Every now and then I pick it up and I'll do a few stitches in it. But it's sort of like, as I mentioned, I just want to do my full coverage. So I do try to work on that, but it's not happening. That's it. That's an hour, and that is all of my WIPs. I'm pleased with that. That's awesome. So I'm going to do a quick sort of plans and stuff, and then I'm going to go and file this now before it catches on something. So I have a new start coming. I don't know that piece of paper. Oh, well, I've lost it. Oh, no, here it is. Here it is. So I'm jumping on a bandwagon with everybody. Well, not everybody, but a few people. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. When this came out, I felt absolutely in love. So I'm starting it. This will be the... I don't even want to know. It's 1,206 stitches across by 800 stitches down. It's a lot of stitches, but I'm doing it. This is my retirement piece. I'm retiring. I have decided I'm out. I'm done. After 45 plus years of work, I'm done. I'm out. I'm retiring at the end of the year. This is my retirement piece. So my plan, and I had a couple of ideas of what I wanted to do with this when I first saw it, and then I've seen a couple of floss tubers that are doing it as well. I'm going to do, originally I thought I would just do them as single portals, but no, after talking to my husband, he likes them like this, and I do too. I actually think I would get more benefit doing them this way, because if I tried to just do one, I'll never get to work on them all. So I'm doing them all. I'm starting them. I've just got all the fabric. I'm doing it on 32 count Easy Guide Lagana. It'll be 1/1. This will be the first time I've ever used 32 count for a full coverage. And this is a bit too bigger than I need, but I'll cut it down. And all the threads. That's not all of them because I still had some in my stash as well, but that's a lot of the threads. So I've got a kit to finish kitting it up, putting it together, putting everything on its pacos and stuff, cut the fabric. So it will be started sometime in October. I'm just not 100% certain on what date. But yeah, now, Jen the Caffeinated Crafter, I love her idea of what she is doing. So she started it a few weeks ago and she put a few stitches in each one all the way across, and now she goes back, does 300 or 400 stitches and keeps rolling it through with the aim that next year she'll do a month on each portal and then roll. So, you know, January to June and then July to December. So you roll around a month on each portal. That is what I'm going to do. And I've got to break that now. It's driving me nuts. So that is what I'm going to do. Exactly that. I did think I would start one portal and do, you know, 1,000 stitches and then start the next. But I think I like the idea of getting a start right across, because then you don't, this is my thinking anyway, is then I won't feel so daunted about the size of it because I've already gone across to the far side. So when I saw that Jen had done that, I thought that is awesome, because I think I would just get like tunnel blindness and go, I can't go any further. So yeah, so that's my idea. And so it will be started sometime this month. I'm just not 100% certain exactly what day, because it just depends on how quickly I get all of that put together and start it. It's just like, I'm so excited, but I'm scared witless about how big it is, because you can see that I've got some others that are nowhere near that big and I don't get a lot of work on them. But now that I'm retiring, my aim is to get a lot more work, obviously, on my full coverage. I just got to work out a plan and how I'm going to do it. And yeah, 6 portals by Rose Catherine Khan from Pain Free Crafts is on the list of new starts. This will probably be my last, well, I shouldn't say it'll be my last new start, but it is going to be probably my last start for the year, because I got looking forward. I actually do have one other one that I want to start, but we'll just see how we go. I just want to get this one started and then see how I'm tracking, and then I'll go on the next one. So pretty much my plans that I set out at the beginning of the year just went out the window. I do not know what happened, other than the fact that work got really busy and I just did not have the brain capacity. I've even stopped actually working in a lot of my groups and doing the postings and the acrostics and stuff. I'm just going through all of the floss of the fair, all the floss of the fair. So I'm mainly focusing on that group, because they're nice things I can just stitch and there's no hurry and no deadlines, and just, you know, post. Siska's group, Siska Stitches, I do the acrostic in her group, but I haven't done anything in Daily 30 for a couple of months. They're probably going to kick me out because I'm not active in that anymore, but I know that once I settle in, I will be a bit more active again in that. WIP Warriors and the road trip, I'm done with the road trip, so I don't even know if I'll do it next year, if they do one next year. But full cover fanatics, I've sort of been a bit hit and miss again with that, and the same with semi-sane stitches, a bit hit and miss with those, mainly because my brain, anything where I've had to a deadline and getting myself posting, I've just not been able to do it. It's just like, just stitch and that's it. So yeah, so I did scrap a lot of my plans for the year. All my non-full coverage pretty much, it's too hard. So then a few weeks ago I decided to retire, and that has been just the best decision because I feel like a weight's started to lift. And I'm on leave now. I've taken all of my long service. I had a week off in September while I thought about what I wanted to do with work, and went back and basically said I'm out. I'd already had this month off in October booked, and spoke to my boss and took all of my leave owing to me. So I go back at this stage on the 15th of December for 4 days. Then I had my Christmas leave booked. So I had 2 weeks booked for Christmas, and that'll be the end of the year. So I may actually talk to my boss and not even go back on the 15th of December now, and just change the back end of my Christmas leave so that I can just run straight through to the end of the year and not go back to work and just retire at the end of the year. So that's sort of what I'm thinking, which is really great because it now means that I have a bit more time to think about my stitching, to think about my plans, to actually sit down in the afternoon and stitch for a couple of extra hours, which is really lovely. It's a bit chaotic this week and last week. Last week was my first week off. But I'm hoping to get into a bit of a routine and get myself sorted out. But this is why I've sort of thought for my main plans for the rest of the year, Bernadette finish. No argument, that is being finished. I want to try and go for 3-page finishes on deskets. I'm almost at my 2nd page finish. So again, I should be able to do it. We'll see. Haunted House, A Long Winter's Nap, and Flamingo in Flowers. I'll continue with that rotation. So Haunted House on the 13th of every month, and maybe a day after and a bit more in October. A Long Winter's Nap every 25th of the month. I work on that with an aim that I'll do a bit more in December. And Flamingo in Flowers is every Friday. I want to try and complete my goals on Sonura, so just over 2,800. Mini Night Cafe, just over 2,000. Mistress of the Hunt is only 697. That's 2 days stitching, or 1 day if I can get a good run. Brush with Magic, I only need another 800 stitches, 900 stitches. Again, that's doable. We'll be done. Mini Paris Morning, 266. Oh yeah, that's a day or an afternoon, depending on if I find a good area that is a quick block stitch, a couple of hours. Haunted House, as I mentioned, I'm going to do that on the 13th, of every month. There's 2,600 stitches in that to get my goal. I would like to try. I'm not going to hold myself to it because that's probably a little bit more. But Long Winter's Nap is only 1,000 stitches to get the goal for that. So that's doable. So that's it. That's my plans. I also have another plan to try and come back at least every 2 weeks and give you an update. I would like to do weekly, but I don't know if I would have enough variety in what I'm working on to do a weekly one. But maybe I will. It just depends. If I can get a bit of a rotation happening where I'm working on maybe 2 or 3 different WIPs or for the week, I might try and do it. But I think if I at least try for fortnightly, they won't be long, but at least I can try and get back into the habit of doing it. Fingers crossed. We will see what happens. But that is my whole lot for, I don't think there's anything else I had to talk about. No, don't think so. So that's it. So I'll go and finish off my cold cup of coffee now and do a quick tidy up, feed the dog for her lunch, and then go and pick up my husband, who will be this eye. I think he was having his right eye done today. He had his left done a couple of months ago, so it's the right eye today. And so he'll be having his patch on for the next few nights, but never mind. So yeah, so that's it. So that's me out of here. So thank you so much for persevering and waiting patiently for me to get another video up. And I do apologize, it's been 6 months in the making, but at least I had lots to show you. And I hope it's okay. It's the trouble when you record, but you don't know whether the lighting's right until you start doing the editing. You don't know if the sound's right until you start doing the editing. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that everything was set up okay, and you may hear or not hear that snore. Isn't she a love? She's such a sweetheart. She's having a little sleep. Anyway, I'm out of here. I will get this edited, uploaded in the next day or two, and I will be back in 2 weeks' time for another update. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting. And please let people know I'm back. If you talk to any other floss tubers or cross stitchers, let them know I'm back. But I really appreciate everybody who does like, subscribe and comments and hangs around and waits for me to put up another video. I'll see you again soon. Take care. Happy stitching. Catch you later. Bye.